This video is sponsored by Mississippi Land Bank. Visit them online at mslandbank.com, where they understand the lay of the land in North Mississippi. Alabama whipped up on Mississippi State. We're going to take a look at the key plays and how they did it. 5 big plays in the game for Alabama, a couple on defense and a few on offense as well. All right, here's the first interception in the ball game. Alabama had 2 of these. One they returned for a touchdown. This one just an early interception on a possession here for State. You see Alabama bringing 3, but it's off the left edge, and the 4th is coming from off the hash, but they're also dropping 2 off the line. So it's only a 4-man rush, and that doesn't confuse the protection, but I wonder if it confused Will Rogers, the quarterback, a little bit and made him want to come back here to what he thought was a one-on-one. I'll show you just real quick what I mean by that. You got 5 on the line right here, and you see they're mostly standing up, right? So standing up, and these 2 standing up, only one with his hand down. And on the snap, 1, 2, and 3 coming off the left edge, 1 trying to work all the way around, and then the 4th coming off the hash here to the field side, with a defender replacing him in zone coverage and 2 more dropping in underneath zone. So it looks complicated. It's really not that complicated. It just means your 4 guys are coming here to the left, okay? And then all of the underneath, you're going to have 5 underneath, including 2 coming off the line. Let me show you how that works. Well, and before I draw that up, your safeties are on the hashes like 2 deep safeties, right? So I don't know this, but I think there's a possibility that the quarterback sees this happening, pressure here, dropping here, and this coming to replace this. It looks like a rotation back this way for the defense, and you're going to see him look at it, and maybe the signal initially tells him, okay, they're rotating it back as well with that safety going back to the middle, if that makes any sense. So pressure here, replace, and he's thinking maybe safety goes back to the middle, and that would give you a singled up one-on-one there, right? That would mean he'd be man-to-man locked up, and either you get a go or a back shoulder. I think that's what he's looking at, but Alabama's not doing that. Pretty clearly on the snap, it's still too deep because he stays on top, and he gets a safety on top. He stays on top as well. Because they're dropping these 2 off the line, they still have their 5 underneath. They don't have to move safeties. So with this safety still on top, this corner is still zone underneath, and that's why he never is threatened to get on top of the receiver, stays underneath the whole way, and he kind of jams him at the line. But that's the thing. See, I think this is almost one where quarterback's trying to process it almost too fast, and he's learning that because, again, he's trying to get deep. There is a safety over the top. This isn't a man thing where this corner is going to try to turn and run. He's going to stay out here because he's got a zone responsibility underneath. That's why he stays right there. Quarterback's just trying to think a little, maybe even 1 step ahead, and throws it to him because the back shoulder is just not there. Now, those are all theories, okay, because you see him pump faking and looking that way. And, he's coming off the edge, 1 flying out here. It's just that no safety goes back here, and the corner is not threatened deep. He doesn't have a deep responsibility. He's still underneath because he has a safety over the top. So that corner's thinking underneath the whole time anyway. So it's just a misread by the quarterback and kind of misjudging it by the quarterback right here, and it leads to an interception. All right, here's Alabama's first touchdown. It's going to go to this guy right here running a crossing route, meshing or running that rub route right over the football versus 0-man coverage here for State. And they don't get to the quarterback in time. He delivers it, and then he puts a move on 1 defender on the backside, takes it to the house. It looked cluttered, and when I go back and watch it, it even takes me a minute to kind of decipher where everybody is here. It's just incredible that a guy like Bryce Young, a first-year starter, reads this stuff and processes it as quickly as it does. It kind of took me a minute to decipher where everybody is. But State's got 3 down linemen with their hands down. 1 linebacker walked up. Another linebacker walked up. And they're showing you, a linebacker possibly coming here. But he's not coming in. The safety is. I'll show you that at the next level. And State is in man-to-man on everybody. So All right, now the snap is happening, and what's going to happen is the linebacker in the middle who walked up is actually going to float, because I think his man-to-man responsibility is the back, who actually does stay in. It might have helped you here. We'll see what it does. But you're firing this linebacker, firing off the edge, and firing the safety from the next level. So that's 3 linebackers, 3 next level, and a 3D lineman. That's 6. You're bringing 6 on this play. So State's going man-to-man here on the outsides with the corner. They're going man-to-man here, safety on that second receiver there, which is a tight end. Man-to-man here, back is being taken by the safety at the next level. This safety on this side is coming, and so it's singled up man-to-man backside here, and they're going to mesh and cross and run the rub route over the football. It's man-to-man everywhere. Now, you see what's happening. So the tight end releases inside, and he's trying to run. This is like a double mesh across in the vicinity of that defender who would have to chase him on 3rd and 2 against zero coverage. He's not even worried about who's being covered. He's meaning to get in the way of this guy. And another who's going to follow. So you actually have 2 Bama receivers that are going to rub here in the vicinity of the player who's going to have to chase Mechie coming through on the other side, and he just gets knocked off. Right there you see Forbes have to go around it. It's either run into him, get knocked off, or go on top and go around it. He gets hung up on his own player. That's why you're running doubles right there. And now he's open. And Bryce Young, the quarterback, is processing this quickly because they've got 6-man protection, but the back can only take one next level guy. See, and he's going to take the linebacker play side and leave the safety go backside. So it's up to the quarterback. Even though they don't get them all blocked, they have numbers. It's up to him to process it quickly enough to not take a sack right here. And he does. Just as he clears, just before he gets hit, gets it out. It's accurate, turns him around. It actually works. If he had led him up, he may lead him right into this. It's an easier tackle. Because it's back shoulder and he spins this way, it actually helps him, as crazy as it sounds, to make this one miss. It's just a heck of a job by Mechie. It's a poor tackle attempt right here from this defender. That's got to be better in that situation. You got to hang on, can't miss him. And I think, too, you got to run harder. I think backside corner, this was your man to begin with, and you're going to have to take on a blocker. But I think you got to run harder and press the issue right here a little more, and can't give up the touchdown. So you get a different angle of it right here. This is more of kind of what the quarterback sees, but from an opposite angle. Sees zero coverage, comes back inside, and hits the right guy. Be the pick 6 interception return for a touchdown battle. He's the safety on the wide side hash for Alabama on this play. State has 3 receivers to his side, really 4, including the back. They all go out, and the ball is thrown to him up the field on a corner route. Makes a break on it, picks it, and then's got blockers, takes it to the house, run over the quarterback at the 1. There's a couple things to consider here again, and just looking at it, trying to decipher it. It really doesn't look complicated to me what Alabama is doing right here, versus a 3-by-1, 3 receivers wide side, 1 in the boundary look for Mississippi State, including the back on the wide side also. They are going 3-man rush and dropping 8 in coverage, and their 8 are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 underneath, and 3 that are on top deep. This is a 3-deep zone. It's just that a lot of times, this other safety will be robbing down underneath, something along those lines, or you'll have 2 safeties underneath and 1 safety on top, and corners that drop in 3-deep coverage. But what Alabama's doing on this is their 3-deep are here, and they give you a look that on pre-snap tries to tell the quarterback, hey, you're going to have throws out here to the outside deep. They're trying to tell you that with pre-snap alignment. But on the snap, his only concern is right here. His only concern is that deep third, and his only concern is a deep third in the middle. It's almost like even pre-snap, they're trying to bait you into thinking you've got a throw out here because these corners aren't dropping. They're up. It's almost like a cover 2 type of deal as far as the corners, but it's 3 deep with 3 in the middle of the field. So we'll see this. What State's doing is they're crossing these receivers. They're going to bring one and try to get in the middle of the field, which you would think theoretically would affect this safety, but it doesn't. It only affects him because he's in the middle. This safety is free to climb over here and go jump this corner route. So they kind of bait you into that look, and you give it to him. Now, you'll see it happen right here. That's left side of your screen. That's what I'm talking about. So here you'd think, okay, if that pulls that safety that's on the hash in, then you're going to have this throw out here. But he doesn't have to go in. He's got safety help to that side. Now, the other thing is the throw. This is the deal, too, like understanding where the defender is. If you throw this flat out here to this stick and give your guy a chance to maybe even run away from him and bend it back and catch this thing, you might have a chance. But leaving it up and inside against that look is going to be a pick. And you can kind of see that when you get a behind look right here, what leads to it. Okay, again, you know, he's on the right hash. This shows you what quarterback sees. He's on the right hash. They've split the field, putting 3 deep right here. And again, those responsibilities, looks like to me, are here, deep third, here, deep third, and here, deep third. So it's cover 3 deep, 5 underneath, and he's just going to be free to jump that route. All right, so when you look at him throw it, here's what happens. Here's what he sees right now. He's thinking, and they practice this a lot, he's thinking this inside vertical is going to affect and hold that safety right there. And now I'm going to break this thing out for a big play and an easy throw. But because of the 3 deep safety, he's in the middle, this safety is not concerned with anything back over this way. He's going to let it go and easily jump this. Okay, so then it becomes the position of the throw based on that. So when he lets it go, all right, again, you're thinking what quarterback thinks and sees. When he lets it go, that safety's here on the hash, and my guy's here. I mean, this looks like I got open space if I throw him away from the defender. So it's an excellent break by the safety. But the other thing is the position of the throw, right? So I'm throwing this kind of vertical up this way, and I leave it short and inside, and he's breaking on it. It's like I said, if this thing is thrown flat to the sideline, then your receiver has a chance. But so, you know, they bait you into it, and then it's the position of the throw, and he just jumps all over it for a pick 6. Okay, this is one that is pretty incredible to me. This is the first play of the second half. You can see it here on the clock, and they're going to run a curl up there with Jameson Williams, and he's one-on-one versus the corner against a 3 deep zone. And the play action, number 1, gets State to bite all over it, and then they throw it and complete it. All right, so I'll just draw it up first instead of watching it. They went 1-2 here with tight ends and 1-2 here with tight ends and a single back. Okay, and they're giving you play action across with a tight end and faking it to the running back. And watch what it does. State has 3 defensive linemen and 3 and a nickel on the next level who all jump all over the fake. Okay, so everybody goes for the run fake right here. Meanwhile, the coverage is single safety in the middle of the field, corner, corner. It's a 3 deep zone look here. On the play fake, after he makes a fake and reverses out. Now, you know, these guys have seen it. Flat defender here, underneath defender here, but they've got to turn and go. This is a receiver that is pushing this single defender as deep as he can push him to see if he can run by him. And if he can't run by him, he's now going to pull it up almost like a go stop, a 9-stop read. He can't push by him. He's going to pull up on this deep curl. That's what I think is the call right here. So what happens, again, play fake brought everybody underneath up. So you got all this space for him to complete this and come back to the football in a corner, given all kinds of cushion to make sure, all right, I'll give up the completion underneath if I have to, expecting somebody maybe to be underneath. They're not. They're out of position. They got drawn up. I just didn't want to give him up past me in a home run, right? Well, now he catches this football, and at the time he catches it, you're 3 yards, 2 yards here. There's a safety in the middle field who has not been blocked, has no responsibility, no receiver, and then another corner on a receiver on the other side of the field. And watch what this receiver does. Catches it and runs away from his guy. Runs right past the safety who can't even get close. And a corner's trying to fight through his guy. And one is like he is on, I mean, he's running a different speed than everybody else on the field. That is just, you're not going to see that much. This is another just unbelievable job by the quarterback right here, beating a 0 blitz, meaning It's all man-to-man, no free safety help. Everybody else is coming outside of man on 3rd and 6, and he beats it by going to his running back, and I think he might be the only guy who could have scored on the play. Okay, so you watch it, back out of the backfield, catches it, one block, and he's gone. There's just nobody there because it's zero coverage, right? So you're coming after him. You look at what Alabama does. This is a 1, 2, 3 down lineman look. Linebackers on the edge, over the center, and then off the edge there. Those are your linebackers. So if those 6 come, you bring in 6, right, against a 5-man route. And here's what I mean by 5-man, because they are sending the tight end out. They're sending the outside receiver out, and they're sending the back out of here as well. And what State's doing is they're on the play side, instead of having man-to-man safety on a running back, they're going to show one and drop this linebacker, Jet Johnson, out of there. He's going to have that running back man-to-man right here when they blitz, because what State's going to do, instead of bringing one over the center, they're going to drop him, and they're going to bring off the edge, safety next level, just like we saw earlier, and linebacker backside. Those are the 6 that are coming. And everybody else is going to be in a man-to-man responsibility. So Forbes is going to be man-to-man on Mechie. The safety that is high is over the tight end man-to-man. And then these are very obviously matched up man-to-man there. Everybody else is coming. So the key is, who is going to have that back when he gets out man-to-man? It's going to be Jet Johnson, who's going to drop off and come here. And his problem is he gets hung up on a crossing route. So there's Johnson, steps up. Now he's coming back out. He's going to turn and find that that running back. He's maybe a little bit late getting his head around, but when he does, it's the back is released. He's not staying in to help. You've got a free rusher here and a free rusher in his face, 2 that are free to the quarterback. And all that's happening is crossing route is going to hang up this linebacker just a little bit, and that's how quickly this quarterback is going to find the right guy. I'm just telling you, I couldn't be more impressed with how quickly Bryce Young is processing zero blitz, under pressure, going to get hit, and find the right guy. Boom. He's actually throwing the football right now just before he turns his head. And if he throws it anywhere else, he may get a completion. If he were to throw it here, he might get a completion, but there's a defender back there. But there's no completion here, and there's not one here. That quickly, he's found the right guy and is going to put it on him perfectly, where the running back does not have to work, catch it, turn, get one block, and we're to the house. It's a really impressive job by him handling pressure, zero blitz in this game.